Welcome to the analysis of Our Mothers by Christina Rossetti. So first and foremost, it's important to note that this poem is written in Petrarchan sonnet form, as it's a dedication to females and a female collective. It's also written in iambic pentameter, which reflects calm and reassuring nature of women. So coming on to the first section, we have the collective pronoun our that we begin with here, and it's anaphora because it's repeated in the next line as well. This reflects an idea of community or a collective feminism. The adjectives lovely and gracious in these lines where we're talking about women emphasise the desirable qualities of women, perhaps relating to Victorian ideals of gender. The word order emphasises the adjective, which suggests a consideration of who or what is pitiful. Is it the women who are pitiful? Is it the women who used to live on earth? Are they pitiful? Is feminism pitiful? Is the state of the world in which women live pitiful? The significance of the unforgotten memory shows how important the inherited wisdom from the women that went before the narrator are, and maybe this advocates traditionalism in terms of learning from the people who came before you, perhaps keeping those traditional gender roles, or perhaps learning from their mistakes, perhaps changing things, being more progressive. It's unclear. The dialogue used here represents the imagined advice from the women who passed before the narrator. Is it a positive reflection of that advice? So is it something that Rossetti is encouraging the reader to live by? Or is it sarcastic that this advice is being given because it hasn't worked thus far in terms of progress for women? And are these pieces of advice restrictive? So women are being encouraged to work and to learn, and they're saying that life school is sufficient because obviously women weren't permitted to attend school as a general population. So is the narrator telling the reader to be satisfied with what they have and not try and change things? So does this prohibit progress, or does it just show admiration for those women who managed to live in times where they didn't have schooling, they had to just learn by themselves? And again, we've got repeated qualities of working, patience, being satisfied with what you have, which could link to Patmore's Angel in the House. And the syntactic parallels of work as we worked and learn as we learned reinforce these key qualities, so perhaps thinking about what was important for Victorian women. So the overriding message from the next section of the poem is one of perseverance and coping with the pitfalls in life and overcoming troubles. So firstly, we've got the importance of perseverance, which is similar to what is described in Helpmeet about the particular struggles of being a woman in a patriarchal society. So the narrator reminds people that you need to, or reminds women that you need to carry on hoping despite slips and skates, so despite pain, despite slip-ups. Similarly, the sibilance undermines the severity of the female struggle, so just calling them slips and scathe kind of makes the reader think that perhaps they're not as serious as they're being made out to be, which could be an anti-feminist sentiment from Rossetti, that she's not quite taking it seriously, that women just have to endure these things. That's what's traditional, that's what's expected. And finally, the oxymoron in fearful in joy and confident in duel emphasises the need for endurance again. So about taking what you've got and making the best of it. And coming on to the final section of the poem. So the Volta moves the narrative into the present tense, which makes it more reflective than the previous parts of the poem. And the sense of the community is continued in this part of the poem with the use of us. And it's talking about the legacy of women from the past as well as the women in the present, so about how we can all learn from each other and how we can all support each other. The repeated images reference the perpetual struggle of women, so again we've got this consideration of pain, the idea that women constantly have to endure. She talks about the fact that the women who came before her are looking down at her from paradise, so heaven. There's no consideration about or debate about whether they're in heaven or whether they're in hell, regardless of what kind of women they are. There's a confidence there, and this could link to the redemption of fallen women, in Goblin Market, for example, and Rossetti's overriding sense that nobody is irredeemable, and women, even though they may be considered to be on the outskirts of society or disowned by society and have made poor immoral choices, they can still be redeemed and will still end up in heaven. And that's the sentiment given by that particular part of the poem. The rhetorical question underneath creates uncertainty as to whether the women who are looking down on the women on earth are proud of what the women on earth are doing, or they're disappointed by how the women on earth are living. So is it perhaps an encouragement to be progressive and change things, or are these women disappointed about the fact that women are trying to be progressive and actually they should be traditional? However, the adjectives of happy and loving suggest a positive tone and also a nurturing impression of the female community and a sense of being protected by the women who are looking down on you from heaven. And then, as with a lot of other poems written by Rossetti, there's a sense of peace in death, perhaps losing these mortal restraints and the pressures of living on earth and the temporal delights that she's always talking about. The idea of that being wiped away from you, perhaps by God, once you rise to heaven. That's the idea that comes here. So perhaps women struggle on earth, and actually it doesn't really matter because once you get to heaven, it's all taken away from you. So there's this constant sense that endurance is a positive aspect of life and needs to be done in order to reap the rewards in death.